Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to solve problems using linear equations. It's really important that you read the question carefully, making sure that you understand each of the components, what it's asking for, and then as you write your algebraic expression to solve it, that you do it slowly, making sure that you've got all the elements, and you do the working out methodically, and also to make sure that your answer not only makes sense, but it fits the scenario. I've got 3 examples here that I'd like to run with you, and hopefully this gives you a good head start to solving problems using linear equations. So first one, question 8, we've got Maria who is paid $11.50 per hour. So I'll put $11.50 per hour, H being the number of hours, and she also gets $7 per jacket that she sews. If she earned 176, so all of that becomes $176 for 1 8-hour shift. How many jackets did she sew? So in this case, we were given that the number of hours is 8, but we are asked to know what the number of jackets were sewn. So here we can actually substitute the value of H, which is 8, into here, and then we can solve our unknown value, which is J. So let's do that right now. Basically, if H is 8, we're going to say 11.5 times 8 is 92. So let's write that in. 92 plus 7J is 176. And as I'm hoping you're keeping up to date with all the other exercises previous to this, that if we want to solve for J, we're going to follow SAMDOB. And first couple steps being subtraction or addition before we do the multiplication or division here. So we've got a 92 and a 7 to eliminate on the left hand side to isolate J. We're going to take away 92 from both sides, and that leaves us with 7J is equal to 84. The last thing we need to do is to divide both sides by 7, because 7 is multiplied to J. We want to do the opposite to eliminate it. So that means the number of jackets is 12. Okay, and what you could do is, if you want to check, you could either backtrack or you substitute J back into this equation. So H is 8, J is 12, and if you put it into this and that term, it should all add up to 176. Okay, so that's the first question. Second question, number 9. We got May. She hired a car for a fee of $120 plus, so $120 plus 30 per day. Okay, D is for the number of days, and I'm going to call that for May. Casey, on the other side, he also hired a car for $180 plus 26 per day. Now, the scenario is that if their final cost and rental period were the same, so the number of days were the same, the amount that they actually paid for the rental was the same, we're wanting to know how long that period was. So they're saying that those two people paid exactly the same amount, so those two expressions should equal each other. We are wanting to work out what the value of D is. And now we've got pronumerals on both sides. We're wanting to move things all to one side, and then work from there. So because 26 is less, I'm going to move that to the other side. I'm going to subtract 26D from both sides to keep things balanced. Rewriting everything, we're going to have 120 plus 4D is equal to 180. Remember, our aim is to get D on its own. So I need to then move on to eliminating the 120 by subtracting it from both sides. And then we have 4D is equal to 60. And the 4 is multiplied to the D. So to eliminate that, we want to do the opposite by dividing both sides by 4. And we do it to both sides to keep it balanced. We can't just do it to one side. So please make sure that you don't leave that step out. So the number of days is equal to 15. Okay, so May hired her car for 15 days, and with her rate, she paid exactly the same amount as Casey, who also hired for 15 days, but had a different higher cost. All right, last question. We got the cost of producing music CDs is quoted at $1,200 plus 95 cents per disc. So if we wrote that down, we got $1,200 plus 0.95D, so the D being the number of discs. If my recording studio has a budget of $2,100, okay, so that's how much they have to spend. How many CDs can she have? So the question is, what is the value of D? So this one's a little bit simpler than the previous question. We don't have pronumerals on both sides, but we are working with decimals. And so the important thing about this is that you don't treat it any differently to the other questions just because you've got decimal values in place. So the first thing that we want to get rid of is the 1200 by moving it to the right hand side, and by doing that we want to take away 1200. We also want to take 1200 from the other side to keep things balanced. So we've got 0.95D is equal to 900. Okay, and then the last step, to get rid of the 0.95, remember the relationship with the D is multiplied. To do the opposite, we want to divide. So we want to divide by 0.95, and we want to do that the same thing to the other side. So just because it's a decimal value, again, like as I said, it is no different. And getting your calculator out, we've got 900 divided by 0.95. That is equal to 947 discs. Obviously, we can't have 0.3 of a disc or 0.36, so we want to round it down to the nearest whole. So that means if we say D, let's change the color, going back to the calculator just to make sure, 947.37. So D is equal to 947.37. Obviously, she can have 947 discs made up in that budget of $2,100 that she has. Hope that helps you guys. Got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a great day. See you in the next video.